Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Beanie and welcome back to another video. Guys, today I'm going to be having a kind of sort of a tutorial and kind of sort of an update, but I'm going to be telling you guys how to best grind these new career arcs that have just come out, or the way that I've found to be the best. Now, I've just started on my grind, so I'm still kind of figuring these things out, but I've kind of thought about it for a while, and this is the best way that I think that you guys could get these cards and eventually get these immortals as quick as possible. Basically, there are two differing methods that you could use. One, you could put guys, like fill up your team with guys that are eligible for all of these at the same time. So you could have a first baseman for Thomas, a catcher for Bench, a center fielder for Snyder, and just do it like that and very, very, very slowly accumulate the stats that you need. But I don't think that that's the best way. I think the best way is to attack these one at a time so that you can get the best players, or you can get some of the best players in the game immediately, and then then move on to another one and just knock out one at a time so that you can get these immortals more quickly. Because if you do it the other way, yeah, you may be getting all the immortals around the same time or all these career arcs around the same time, but it's going to take you a lot longer to get there, and there are going to be a ton of people that have the Albert Pujols or the Mike Piazza or the King Griffey or the Chipper way before you, and you want those guys on your team so you can remain competitive in this environment. So I think the best way to do it is to knock them out, at least the position players, one at a time. So with this Mike Schmidt, this is basically how I'm doing it right now. I still have the Buddy Bell mission to complete, so I go down here to the position programs. I see that I need to have one of these games where I get an extra base hit, a run, 2 RBIs, and all that, and then I need to accumulate some runs and hits with Buddy Bell as well in game. So I'm going to put Buddy Bell in my lineup. As you can see, Buddy Bell is already in my lineup right here. He's playing shortstop for me, and as you can see, I have my entire lineup filled up with third baseman. Even if they're playing out of position, I have them playing in places that I don't think will hurt me, because I'm playing the CPU on rookie. I'm not playing in ranked season or anything like that to do my grinds. Basically the only time that the only thing that I will use to grind these position players and starting pitchers is play versus CPU. Now, if you're playing or if you're trying to grind your relief pitchers, I would play on Conquest, because you can accumulate holds and saves a lot more quickly in 3-inning games than you can in 9-inning games. But for the starting pitchers who require wins and complete games, and for the hitters who require a lot of hitting stats and stuff like that, play versus CPU is going to be your best bet. Now, there are two slightly differing ways that you could go about doing this. I personally prefer to do a position player and a starting pitcher at the same time. Right now, I'm doing the CC Sabathia and the Mike Schmidt at the same time. So I'm getting flashback pitchers. Mike Scott is actually still in there, so let's change that up. Let's throw Cole Hamels in there for Mike Scott. So basically what I do is I have all these flashback pitchers right here, and since I'm using those guys, I will be grinding towards a CC Sabathia every single time that I go out there, at least this part of the CC Sabathia program. And if I had live series, I would be going for the Greinke, and if I had Legends, I would be going for the Fergie. But right now I'm going for the CC, and as you can see, I already have 50 out of the 500 required Ks, 7 of the 40 required wins, and 2 of the complete games. And so I'm getting, I'm making progress there, and this is only from like 45 minutes of grinding. And for the Mike Schmidt, you can see that I already have 27 of the hits done, and for the diamonds, and then 20 of the hits for the silver, bronze, and common. So it's a pretty efficient way to grind. Now, one thing I will say, that whatever position you decide on, let's say that you decide on catcher to go after that Johnny Bench, what you want to do is you are going to want to throw in an entire team of catchers. I promise it's not going to hurt you that much playing on play versus CPU on rookie. It's not going to be that bad. And you can get this Jason Castro, throw him in your lineup, this Miguel Montero, anybody that you need from these catcher programs. Go ahead and do them while you're grinding this so that you'll have them done and you won't need them anymore by the time you get to the end of the program. You won't have to do anything separate. That's pretty obvious to me. So if you're doing like Barry Larkin, get this Aviles done, get this Peralta done while you're doing that, just to save you some time. Okay, now I've been thinking about these two missions right here, and basically the most cumbersome part of these missions is going to be the hits, just because you have to get so many of them, and all those other things like extra base hits, home runs, stuff like that, that's going to come as you get the hits. So I don't even worry about that. I look at that first stat, like what do I need? I need hits. So basically for the Mike Schmidt, you're going to need 430 total hits with a variety of all tiers, basically. So that's gonna take you a while. It's not gonna be super easy. So I've kind of done the math on it. To me, a play versus CPU game is gonna take me anywhere from like 30 to 40 minutes to complete. I think that's usually about the average. So let's just say 30 minutes to complete, and I get about 20 to 30 hits per game. I'll just call it 25 hits. So after 4 hours, I should have, or not 4 hours, 2 hours, I should have about 100 of the, or wait, no, that's not right. Yeah, after 2 hours, I should have about 100 of the hits completed, right? And so that leads me to believe that after about a 9-hour grind, you should be able to have these two missions done. So you don't have to do all that at once. You can sit down today, do a couple hours, tomorrow a couple hours, and the day after that a couple hours, and you're pretty close to being done, you know? So yeah, I think that the Mike Schmidt position in particular would take you about 8 to 9 hours of grinding to do, maybe a little bit more than that, but not a whole lot. So that's not that bad. That's really not as bad of a grind as I was thinking it was going to be. Now, like I said, the relief pitchers are going to be a different story because you need to get all of these freaking holds, and you can only get like, you know, in a Conquest game, I think you can get like 5 holds or something like that. And then you got to get a whole lot of saves too. I mean, that's at least 50 games worth of saves and stuff. So that's going to be pretty tough to do. It's going to take a little bit longer. And with the starting pitchers, it actually, I don't think it's going to take me as long as I think, because already after 2 games of grinding, I already have 50 strikeouts. So that might be a little bit more than 2 games. It might be something like 2.5 or something like that. Usually, though, I can get about 20 strikeouts per game playing on rookie, so that shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, let's look at another position program just to see how many hits you have to get for those. Let's look at the Duke Snyder. Same thing, 430 hits. So yeah, like I said, that should take about 8 to 9 hours for that one. Frank Thomas, I assume, is the same thing. Yes. Johnny Bench is actually lower than that. You only have to get 380 with a Johnny Bench, so that should be 8 hours or less, in my opinion. The Roberto Alomar, not even that much. The Roberto Alomar is easy. You could get this one done in a couple of hours. That one's not going to be that tough at all. The one that's going to be really tough, though, is going to be the Albert Bell, because you have to get 390 with left fielders and 390 with the right fielders. But, I mean, that's pretty justifiable because, I mean, you are going after the best hitter in the game in Babe Ruth. So, I mean, I guess it should be kind of hard. But that one's going to take, you know, probably 15 to 16 hours to complete. So that one's going to be pretty tough. But most of these you can get done. If you just sat down and grinded all day, you could get it done. And also the last thing is that I've already gotten this completed with a rookie Schmidt. So that little mini mission is over with. It was not hard at all. And these right here, these missions, as soon as I get the Impact Veteran Mike Schmidt unlocked, I'm going to start grinding these missions as well, and I'll be able to do that while I grind these stats. I'm not really worried about these at all, really. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That is how I plan on grinding these programs, and I think that it's probably going to end up being the most efficient way. And as you can see, I'm already done basically with the chipper program, except for the exchanges and the Mike Schmidt program. So as soon as I get that Mike Schmidt, I'm going to have him and chipper. Mike Schmidt is going to be at shortstop. Chipper is going to be at third base or maybe in the outfield somewhere. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about getting it. I've been drooling over this chipper for the longest time, so it's going to be pretty awesome. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is the best way to grind? Do you think it's easier to do it a little bit slower? Something that some people like to do, though, I was going to talk about this earlier in the video, but I think I got off track a little bit. Something that some people like to do is they just like not even to worry about the pitchers right now, and they just like to do the hitters. And this is a little bit quicker, not a whole lot quicker, but a little bit. If you go into play versus CPU, set your entire team up with third baseman, go into play versus CPU, be the away team, hit first, like just go in there and do the first inning, hit, get as many hits as you can, and then back out, and don't, so you don't have to pitch. Back out of the game, your stats will count, and then you can go back in, and it's a little bit quicker than pitching through that inning, and you can get through that and then just go back and hit again, and that probably would be a little bit quicker, but me personally, I like to get some of the pitchers done as well. So yeah, it's just a choice. Do you just want to go after the position players, or do you want to save the pitchers for later, or do you want to do both of them at the same time? So yeah. That is it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And yeah, I love you guys. I will see you guys later. But until then, peace.